All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to From the Beach to the Bar, our little podcast for Matsuda Nadig Law Firm here in Las Vegas, and also for Matsuda Nadig Band down in Phoenix. With me today, obviously, Senor Matsuda, sitting to my left, and to his left is Tams and Sage,
Hello.
the best ladies ever, and the new-ish host, also the producer, Anthony Mendoza to my right. Today's topic is Anthony chooses, clearly, because we have no idea what we're doing. So we're just going to listen to Anthony and go.
Freestyle.
Beautiful.
Freestyle.
Awesome. So for the sake of today's podcast, because normally we do something crazy and we shoot each other with water guns and do that, and I'm normally behind the camera. I am not necessarily the host, just somebody to help you guys keep the conversation going and bring some stuff in, because we're trying to push this podcast in a direction of having more guests. So why not start it out with having me as a guest and then seeing how we roll it and keep it going from there.
Interesting.
So it'll be fun, guys.
Like
Who's
that.
Excited?
Interesting.
No, I am.
Perfect.
Sign me up.
I like it.
Interesting.
All right, so today is September 11th,
Shit.
2025. Never forget.
Oh, shit.
But
Apparently some of us did.
but for the sake of saying the date, the reason why I bring that up is because this week has been particularly crazy.
Agreed.
And with that, there's some stuff that are kind of hard to talk about and might have to dance around the topics a little bit.
Nope.
But I kind of wanted to bring them up so that we can not just get your guys' point of views on them, but also kind of like legal side point of views and kind of pry them open a little bit. Right. So you guys ready to take this journey with me?
Do it.
Let's do this.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But kind of going off the mental health thing, I think that, like, I mean, there's a variety of cases, whether it's a gun, a knife, a bat, or I think we've talked about this on the podcast before. Even things like that little star thing above your head right there could become potentially a deadly weapon. Right, where we talked about paper clips becoming a deadly weapon, kind of anything is. But with that, like the mental health thing, there was another thing that happened this week. It was the stabbing on the train in Chicago, right? So with that, it's like the suspect had prior arrests and mental health issues prior to that stabbing, right? Now, he didn't have a gun, he had a knife, but with that, it's were there supposed to be extra safety protocols for people on that train? There wasn't like there was a bunch of security sitting around on it. So I think the case is made that it's like you don't really know when it's going to happen or how it's going to happen or anything, but in the case of that, if people were to sue, like the family were to sue, like I know you're going to sue the train station, the train, the this, the that, the other, but like what duty is it now for the state, because he did have prior arrests with mental health, that maybe you sue the state and not just the transportation system?
To be fair, I don't know how successful you're going to be. You know, I mean, like, what were his mental health issues? You know, was he in a full-blown episode? Did they have noticed he was in
I think the sister came out and said he was diagnosed paranoid schizophrenic. Yeah.
And he self-medicated with meth. Like they
Probably,
all do.
yeah. He would hear voices and he thought the government planted a chip. Why is that always a thing?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, there's certain things like
It's
in
always
meth
a thing.
addiction, you don't know if they use the meth to self-medicate, or you don't know if the meth actually caused the paranoid psychosis. Like doing this job for so long, you see
Chicken
how
egg.
people can deteriorate under that drug. It's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
But like, that's a hard one to win. I think that's a super hard one to win.
What about the people that were in the train? They didn't help.
There's no duty.
You don't gotta help.
You have no duty
No
to help.
duty.
And then actually, this is what's fucked up. Like, not only do you have no duty to help or to defend or help another human being out, so there's
If
no
you
duty to
do help-
actually be a fucking human being. But if you do actually go and fucking help them out,
You can
and
be
the
liable.
person gets worse,
Yeah.
like say you help them out and you're like, you throw him out of the way and you block the knife, but in throwing him out of the way, you pushed him into something and he broke his neck, that dude can now sue you for
You're on the
making his situation worse.
There are some states that enacted Good Samaritan laws, and I think we discussed this on another episode,
did.
but you are protected in a case like that to a certain extent if reasonable actions are taken.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ben's absolutely right. You don't have no duty to stop that from happening. And if you do stop it, you could be held liable for any kind of damages in furtherance of any injuries to either the victim or some bystander.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a huge point too, because like if you look through those videos, whether you're on like TikTok, X, Facebook, like everybody in the comment section is like immediately attacking the other people that were on the train because it was like, oh, nobody helped her, nobody did this, nobody did that. Whether or not you want to or you decide to, I mean, that's completely up to you and how you were raised. But going off what you're saying, it's like there is truth to the side of not helping. And
there's this happened. This is somewhat topical. About probably 18 months ago, there was a judge who was sentencing a gentleman, and he literally jumped over the bench and started choking the shit out of her. We know all the people involved in that case. We know the judge. We know the defense attorney. We know the prosecutor. One of the things that was interesting is her law clerk jumped up and started hitting the guy. And no offense, I forget the guy's name. Not the most stellar punches. I don't know if the kid's ever been in a fight in his life. But you know what? Good for that fucking kid for stepping up, you know?
Yeah.
But kudos to him. But at the same time, the defense attorney was given a ration of shit for not doing anything. And it's like, the fuck you want the guy to do? Like, he doesn't know that his client's going to jump over. It was Caesar. He doesn't know the guy's going to jump over the fucking thing and, like, attack this woman. Nobody saw that coming, you know? And that's why it was such national news. But, you know, kudos to the guy who can't fight but tried. But at the same time, like, you can't really throw stones at the guy who didn't help. You know, nobody knows what they're going to do in that situation. If you're on a train and you see somebody stabbed, hopefully, you know, you have the gumption to stand up and try and protect that guy. But at the same time, you never know.
And did you see the video?
No,
like,
I try not to watch that.
Sometimes people don't want to put themselves in danger. Like, you're putting yourself in danger by helping.
Well, yeah, that's a
But if he
scary
comes back
situation.
and tries to, like,
But if you see the video, like, it happened super quick. And even sadly the Ukrainian girl that died, she was in shock. She didn't even know what happened. And it looked like nothing was wrong until you start looking around the video and you see the blood spots. But she looks totally fine. Like, not totally fine, but she's not even holding her neck area. She's just, like, looking around like, what the fuck just happened? And the guy walks away. And, like, a couple minutes later, then she succumbs. But it didn't... I can see where the other passengers might have saw that happen. It might have just looked like a punch. Because the way her reaction was, she was just looking around like, what happened?
Yeah, she was just like this.
Yeah, she was like, what? She wasn't holding the area or anything.
And I mean, I think I've told this story before, but there was this one time where I was representing somebody who was in custody. And so they got belly chains, they got ankle chains. And I'm sitting there and representing this guy, and the prosecutor and I are literally standing right next to each other, and this guy's here. Well, this guy just kind of hops around me and the prosecutor and is hopping, and like me and the prosecutor are like, the fuck is this guy doing? And so he's hopping, and he's going, and there was an exit over here, and the judge is here. Well, me and the prosecutor are watching it because it was fucking hilarious, but we're like, is he gonna escape right there? And actually what he did is he beelined towards the judge and tried to attack the judge. Like, in that situation, we were so dumbfounded by what the guy was doing, like, we didn't even realize he had a bad intent. And so, in that situation, you have no idea what was going to happen. In that situation, the marshal just came over and tased him. It was actually hilarious because he just dropped him. It was like, ah!
But there's also what people don't consider is watching somebody get stabbed, you can very well go into shock yourself. Like, you're in shock, and your body just kind of freezes. Yeah.
So even for the people that got off the train that may not have known what happened, but they're trying to leave, would they be forced to testify if, in that case, if they're like as it goes forward? Or?
Yeah,
if they're subpoenaed,
if I was a prosecutor, yeah, those people would be subpoenaed as eyewitnesses as to what happened if they have any relevant information to give.
You definitely would have them hook up with. Every prosecutor's office has what's called the victim witness department. You obviously, in a situation like that, would have them reach out to the person if they're, suffering from some form of trauma. You'll have somebody help them through that,
like a crisis counselor. Or something.
Before you actually have them testify and stuff like that.
Do you have to testify?
If you are under a court order,
if you are under subpoena, you have to testify.
You legally have to testify. You can choose not to. However, there are consequences should you choose not to.
What are the consequences?
Well, you can be subject to contempt. Remember in the when Barry Bonds got busted for steroids, his trainer refused to testify, so they held him in contempt, and I think homie sat in jail.
Oh,
for
he
at
sat
least
for
like
a while.
year,
He
right?
sat for a while.
And
under
like,
contempt, yeah.
big ups to that dude. I hope
Yeah.
Barry took care of him.
Yeah.
But
Barry gave him some millions to not testify.
If you're forced to testify, can you just plead the fifth?
no, because you would have had to have committed a crime.
Yeah.
in order to
Unless,
plead the fifth.
yeah, if you plead the fifth, then it means I don't want to incriminate myself.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that what pleading the fifth means? Like if somebody's watching, they don't know what it means.
Yeah,
Just
pleading the
the
fifth
fifth,
is
invoking your Fifth
refers,
Amendment right.
Yes, your Fifth
Well,
Amendment
that
right.
is
Pleading the fifth is your constitutional right of not to incriminate yourself. So when you hear that on TV or movies, when they say I plead the fifth, basically saying I don't want to talk because I could incriminate myself or implicate myself in some crime.
True story.
So if you plead the fifth, you're saying you don't want to talk, but what happens if you come out later and you're like, all right, I'm ready to give up all the info? Like, is it seen as like, now you want to talk, your story changed or anything like that? Or is it just kind of
Case
meh?
by case basis.
Yeah, it really
You know
depends.
what I mean? Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I had a situation when I was a kid where I don't even know how deep we want to get, but like for whatever reason, the cops were called at my house. And the cop comes up and asks
Weird.
like, hey, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. And I was probably like 13, 14-year-old, just like a jackass little kid. And I was like, I'm not going to tell you shit. And then everything happens and I'm like, it's not going the way that I wanted. I was like, all right, as a matter of fact, I have some shit to say.
No, wait.
Yeah.
What happened was.
See, what happened was.
And then he's like, I'm not listening to you anymore. You didn't want to talk to me earlier. And I was like, oh, fuck. So,
Fuck around, find out.
yeah, dude, I learned my lesson. I was like, all right, from now on, I guess I'm just going to be like, what do you want? What's happening here, man? But, yeah, I mean, that's funny.
That is funny.
But going back to kind of what you were saying about, like, again, freedom's being tightened up. Like, whether it's now, like, like, every train you go on, there's a cop there. Or gun laws being crazy and shit like that. Like, have you guys heard about some of the stuff that's going on in Canada?
No, you were talking about that earlier, and I was like, dude, I have no clue.
So, like, segueing into that, I think, like, are you familiar with it? All right, so I think this shit's hilarious. And it doesn't have a whole lot to do with personal injury or criminal offense, but it could. So in Canada right now, in Nova Scotia, they passed a law that if you go hiking in the woods, you're going to get a $25,000 fine. So there's a hiking ban in Nova Scotia, Canada right now.
Why?
Literally
Yeah.
walking. So the way that they're framing it is that they're trying to prevent wildfires from happening. So they're trying to keep people out of the woods, right? It feels like some Stranger Things shit, like something's going on. Like there's a million conspiracy theories around it.
Sasquatch.
But there's the whole thing is like there's guys going on TikTok now where they're going out and showing like, oh, this is what it says like on the, you know, when you're driving through the freeway, they literally have it like on the freeway signs and everything. And then them literally sitting at a desk like, okay, now I owe $25,000, right? Is there something like that with like in the U.S. where if you have a fine that high, it's like a felony or a misdemeanor, or kind of like how's that shit work?
I mean, a fine that high, it has to be civil to be that high. Like a criminal fine, like
They're not
$2,000 for misdemeanor, gross misdemeanor is up to $2,000. Anything above that would be a felony. But that's a criminal penalty. What you're talking about is a civil penalty, which, I mean, that's nuts.
Yeah, you can't be arrested for not paying off that. When it's a civil penalty like that, I mean, the most they can do is lien it,
Yeah.
send it to collections,
Yeah.
but it's not a criminal
But, like,
matter.
just do some fucking forest management. You know, send forest in there, like, do some clear cutting, do some controlled burns. Don't ban your citizens from going in the fucking woods.
Yeah,
and it's Canada.
yeah.
The whole fucking country's woods.
Do they not have Smokey the Bear there?
Yeah,
Like
Jesus,
that
only-
guy
yeah.
taught me not to.
Could you
Like
imagine
forest
being a
fires.
tourist and just wanting to go for a hike?
Oh,
Like-
you're fucked.
Want to explore the wilderness in Canada? That's weird.
Yeah, you're just like not paying attention to shit. You're sitting in the back of an Uber, so you're not looking at signs anyway. You're fucking scrolling Twitter or whatever. And then you just hit a hike and then 25K. So when
$25,000.
you're saying a civil, like what makes it civil versus criminal? Because is it criminal if it's a law that you're like?
Well,
Well, yeah. So
it's
I don't
like,
know.
is it trespassing?
I don't
Like-
know. Yeah, I don't know what kind of sanctions they're imposing. Like it could be criminal. It could be a criminal trespass, $25,000 fine or whatever it may be. But I don't know what they're doing in Nova Scotia
Yeah, fuck,
to
man.
ban people from hiking. It could be either. It could be a criminal trespassing kind of statute that they're enacting, or it could be just a civil penalty. Like if you
Based on the
go
dollar
hiking.
amount, that's why I thought it was civil.
It could be. Yeah, I don't know. It could be 25,000
That's
Canadian.
fucking
That's why. So it's like
that's-
$10.
Oh.
Is it?
I don't know.
No.
I was gonna say I feel like
I have no
I don't
idea.
think that's how it works.
Yeah.
I think the Canadian dollar and the US dollar are pretty equal.
25,000
I think that-
pesos.
It used to be
Yen.
Uh,
It's like $10.
U.S. dollar was slightly higher, but I think for some reason Canada's dollar is actually higher now. I think the exchange is more favorable to the maple fuckers.
There is a device that we could use.
Oh my God, what would it be?
To figure that out.
Do you care that much?
I don't care.
No.
Have you guys ever had something like that where it was a criminal and it's a fine? You guys had to defend something that was as silly as a hiking ban?
I once had to defend a woman who admittedly was batshit crazy, but like her HOA had fined her for having her son's graduation sign in her yard, like during the period of time. And it's because the HOA president was like her neighbor and he hated her, so he was just, finding a way to do it. So like she said, fine, if you're gonna fine me for a sign, and then she put a sign up that was like, I hope your son dies, or it was something totally
Wow.
terrible.
Jesus.
But yeah, they
My
like
neighbor's an asshole.
yeah, shit like that. But they
got out of hand fast.
I think they got her fine up to, it was insane, like a 6-figure fine for having a sign up for like 3 weeks. And it all started because she put her son's graduation sign in her yard and the HOA president hated her. So he started fighting.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You think graduation, you just only keep it for like a day.
Yeah, like how long you keep that, right? So,
I guarantee you every time the neighbor took it down, she probably put a new one back up. Just had a fucking stack of them. But going off of that, if she did have the sign that was just like, I hope you're, or one of them had the sign that I hope your son dies,
Yeah.
is that First Amendment or is that
yeah,
a threat?
No, there's no threat.
Yeah, I don't think that's. Yeah, there's no threat there.
Yeah.
If she said, "I'm going to
gonna
kill
kill
your
your
son,"
son,
then yeah,
that is a
that
threat.
might be a little different story. But if it's just, "I hope your son
I
dies,"
may or may not have once texted somebody, kill yourself. Maybe. I did it. But like, that's not a
Yeah,
threat.
yeah,
I just
we'll cut that
wish
out.
you would unalive yourself because you're a dick.
Did you acronym it like KYS or did you?
No,
like
I just said
full-
fucking kill
all
yourself.
caps.
Yeah, no, I didn't all cap it. I might have had a few before I wrote it though. Awkward.
Edit.
Yeah.
No edit. No
Edit
edit.
out.
No
Edit.
fucking apology. No,
Edit
kill
out.
yourself. 100%. Yeah, I still stand by that one. Tell you later.
Okay.
He's not going to say it on.
I don't want to say it on the air.
Yeah. Please don't.
Yeah.
So with that, like, would that be one of the weirder cases, like, where
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you've ever had to take?
Yeah, I mean, you always have weird shit. We talked about chicken fucker in the past. And
Yeah.
Fucker.
But like, yeah, in terms of like, why is this in criminal court? 100%, right? You've
Yeah.
had cases like that too.
Yes. I can't even think of like a specific one.
Have you been a part of any weird ones yet?
What?
Cases while you've been at, yeah.
No, not yet. I had semi-easy.
I mean, to be fair, she's got one right now that involves her cousin where like, we can't tell if it's a road rage. We can't tell who rear-ended, somebody else. But like,
Yeah.
it's funny because both insurance companies are pointing the finger at the other guy and saying like, we're not paying you shit. They have to pay you and vice versa. So what do you do? So we're going to have to sue them both, and then let somebody figure it out. But,
She's a fault-free passenger.
she was not the driver, so she was not involved in the road rage.
She's a what? I'm sorry?
Fault-free passenger.
Fault-free passenger.
Because you're a passenger in the car, you didn't cause the accident, I guess, unless you're punching the driver. But, but how do you hold her liable? Can't.
And they're trying to hold her liable?
No,
No,
they're
they're
just
just
not
trying to
trying to pay
refuse.
her bills.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
Either insurance, because
Yeah,
they're
either.
both saying we're not liable.
yeah. So it's like, fuck it. We'll
But
sue
I-
you and you guys can figure it out.
Yeah.
I had one, Anthony. I don't know if we talked about it before, where the female was saying she was driving, and the male was the passenger, and they came to us, and there was somebody had dash cam video
A
that
cab.
showed the male was driving, and he actually gets into the driver's seat. You can see her sitting in the passenger seat. And they still adamantly were saying that she was driving, and she was saying she was actually in the driver's seat, and he jumped onto her lap, and they drove through, and then he climbed over into the passenger seat.
Yeah, that one got dropped.
Yeah.
He
So
ju-
that was kind of crazy because we are telling them, like, we have video that shows you, and she's like, no, that's not what happened. So they lied to the police. Yeah. They lied to everybody involved, saying that she was driving, and we were like, we're not gonna do that.
And there's always entertaining ones. Like I had one that was like 3 people got hit by a like big ass garbage truck, and they were messed up like pretty bad. And so 2 of them like were hanging out, and then the third one's like, "Yo, I gotta go. I got warrants. I know the police are coming." So homie just gets out of the car, fucked up, like seriously injured, just limped his ass out so that he wouldn't get picked up on his warrants. Yeah.
Can he still sue?
I mean, theoretically he could, but like he dipped out and like he didn't want nobody to find him.
But the police aren't going to list him as a passenger unless they say something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So how do you work that retroactively?
Well, I mean, you'd have to prove it up, but like, yeah. I mean, to be fair, I would have avoided a case like that because if it's like you got warrants, it's like, why you got warrants?
Right.
You know? But yeah, you'll see that occasionally.
What about you, Jess? You got any crazy ones?
No. Well, I spoke to that client that Tammy was talking about for a long time, and it was frustrating because she was trying to tell me what happened when I'm clearly looking at video that shows something the total opposite. So, yeah, that one was fun.
I'm not gonna lie. As your guys' like marketing person, I dabble into reading some of your guys' messages late at night, like that come in from people. Yeah. So like, I have to make sure that the system works and stuff like that. So, but I will not lie. A glass of wine, a bubble bath, and just like people's crazy ass shit is hilarious. I think there was a guy one time where he was just like, "We need to do this offline. Here's my phone number or my address. Here's a PO box. You can write a letter to it. Meet me at this spot, and I'm gonna tell you I'm in a yellow trench coat. Come alone.
Okay, Jason
They're
Bourne.
watching me.
Okay, Jason Bourne.
Like, how often do you guys get just crazies being lawyers?
I think it's on a daily, man.
Yeah,
It's very often.
We do.
This one guy was just sending pictures of him without a shirt, and what was on his shoulder? Was it his cat or like a parrot? Remember that one?
Oh. I don't.
Just
I was going to say there's
pictures?
another funny story we know of a friend who it was terrible that happened to her. But do you remember this story where lived in a gated community? She was dating a guy who liked performance enhancing drugs. And maybe he liked him to the point where they got a little out of control. Yeah. When they were breaking up, he apparently just attacked her, like viciously attacked her. So she gets out of her house. She's running to the guard gate, you know, because there's a security guard there, hopefully with a gun, right? And so she gets to the guard gate as her massive boyfriend is coming to kill her again or beat her again. And so he gets in there and starts beating on it. And the security guard, you can see on the tape, literally come out of the little security hut and just book it. Just fucking run. Needless to say, that was a lawsuit that, you know, was very lucrative, but nobody wants to worry about their life,
right?
Even if it is a funny situation. But yeah, some crazy shit.
Yeah.
So being Vegas being Vegas, I'm sure you guys already get crazy shit here constantly.
Yeah.
But I know you guys have the office set up in Arizona as well. Do you see a big difference between the level of crazy between the two places, or is it just kind of that's what it is?
No, I mean, I don't see a difference. Who's that guy who's living in his car down in Arizona? Like, Arizona. Who's like, he appears to be.
You ask me like I can tell you the name.
Yeah, well, you can't. You know that. But yeah, you know who I'm talking about.
Yes.
And Tams works in Arizona. Like, she does a lot of Arizona work, so that's why I'm asking her specifically. Sage's work is mostly up here in Vegas. But, yeah, there's one guy who, like, I think he's on his 5th accident. And to be fair, like, we legitimately, like, screen these cases because nobody wants to set up and things like that. So he did get hit. He got hit by, I think, by like a mail truck, right?
USPS.
Yeah. So crazy case, but yeah, he's a bit of a nut living in his car, you know, and that's just. And
you have issues like that where they're like, because there are mental issues involved. So I went to the hospital. You didn't go to one hospital, went to multiple hospitals. Okay, what hospitals did you go to? I don't know. Oh, okay. So now we're looking, you know, asking all these hospitals, area hospitals, like, do you have this patient? And, you know, it's crazy. It's
and
a lot of work.
we've had 2 clients, both up here, who we lost contact with. Actually, 3, but we didn't lose contact with her. literally the reason we lost contact is they're dead.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And 2 of the cases are in active litigation. No, the third one is now too. Yeah, all 3 of them are in active litigation. Yeah, and our clients are dead.
So what happens in that situation? So let's say that you are in active litigation and you die. Does the money that gets won
Goes to the estate.
Okay.
Like, so you have to have a representative of the state. You have to have, it's actually we have 4 now. Jesus.
It goes to the estate or
It
the
goes-
state?
The
Estate.
estate.
Okay.
Estate, yeah, estate. It goes to the
The
family.
client's
Yeah.
estate.
What if they don't have like an estate planned?
It's a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a process you have to go through. It's a little complicated, but you find out who the people are that would be the inheritors. You figure, you determine who wants to represent the estate, and you go from there.
And
But-
some of them are aware that there is an ongoing case,
Mm-hmm.
so they'll reach out and say like, "Hey, I'm so and so's wife. He
Shit,
had a
5.
case with you guys
5. Jesus.
because, as you mentioned, little details, things are triggering him.
Yeah.
So
5 dead clients.
and so they'll bring it to our attention, I guess. Like, hey, he passed away. We know he has an open case.
But in a situation like that, you can't just go with the first person who comes to the door, right? You got to determine who everybody is before you can say, okay, amongst yourselves, who is the head of the estate, and blah 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 blah.
And do you have to put out a public notice?
Not in a situation like that. No.
Okay.
I mean, definitely have to let the other side know at some point. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have an estate plan. You guys have me thinking about this whole thing. Like, man, maybe I should fucking call an estate planner or something.
Raise
Get
your
shit set
hand
up.
if you've had your estate plans.
I mean, you probably just need to have a good will.
But
or,
is that something you guys ask on like intake forms? Because I know like when you have insurance and stuff, like when like you're filling out
or the
insurance,
hospital,
it'll
right?
ask like who is your blank. Like when you're getting a new job and you're doing the insurance,
Yeah,
it's like who would be
yeah, we-
50% here, 50% there, blah blah blah. blah.
We do ask, but some of the clients that you get, like, they're not going to put anybody,
Right.
And then you just got to figure it out. But yeah,
Mhm.
if they're married, obviously that makes it real simple. If they have kids, makes it real simple.
Yeah.
And sometimes they don't want people to know that they have a lawsuit,
Yeah, because they don't want people to know that they're coming into money. And,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I have a funny one because like, and it's the complete opposite of what we normally talk about. So I have a buddy of mine is a cop, right? And he comes in limping one day, and I'm like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" So he was doing a routine traffic stop, and this lady was just kind of freaked out, right? I don't know if she was drunk, driving, or whatever, but she was freaked out, and he's like standing in front of her car, kind of getting his stuff together, and she thinks she's pushing the brakes, slams on the gas, and ends up hitting him, running him over, and then freaks out more. And it was like him and his partner at the time, like both of them got hit by this car. So I was like, I couldn't help but kind of like chuckle a little bit just because it's my buddy.
Yeah.
But it's like shit. Like if you think about it, it's similar to like the dude who lives in the car. It's like I would believe that the guy who lives in his car is probably more at risk for 5 accidents than anybody else because that's where he's spending a majority of his fucking time.
Yeah.
But also like this dude's out there just kind of doing his job, but his job is the same shit.
Yeah.
But here's
You
the
know?
thing, too. When it comes to a buddy, like, the first thing you do is you ask, are you okay?
Oh,
And
yeah.
as soon as you find out they're okay,
Yeah.
you make fucking
You
fun of
laugh
them.
you
at
have
laugh
to.
their ass off.
You fucking have
Ah,
to.
you got run over, you stupid shit.
Yeah, but it's like, fuck.
Isn't it a typical thing to ask them to put the car in park?
Yeah.
That's part of the procedure.
And I'm sure he did. I'm sure he went through his normal shit. But yeah, I was just like, I could imagine just like, hey, can you just, and then just,
Yeah.
But things happen, right?
Trying to picture it,
Like-
it makes it more funny.
yeah, I was just like trying to
It's
picture
funny, but not
him.
funny.
Yeah, it's not funny, but it's funny.
I mean, we hear it all the time, though. People that are parked and then all of a sudden they're running through a business, right? Because they, instead of the brake, they're pushing the gas.
I once
Oh.
represented a guy on a DUI who passed out on the strip and his car rolled into the cop car in front of him.
Yeah.
Fucking hilarious.
I had quite a few DUIs
He
that
did not
they
get convicted of a DUI, however.
hit a patrol vehicle in front of them. It's amazing.
The cops were banging on the window. They even broke his windows to get inside. the
Because he was so
car.
fucked up he couldn't wake up.
No shit.
Yeah.
So what's the most, oh, I'm sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
it's not. And yeah, he couldn't wake up. It's still, even after they broke the window and everything, like shaking him.
So he didn't fall asleep. He literally passed out.
Yeah, he blacked the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the most common case do you guys deal with? Like in Vegas? Is it DUIs?
Well, if it's criminal, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
DUIs, domestic violence are the
DUI,
most common,
domestic violence,
common
comedy, yeah.
crimes.
What about PI?
PI, it's car accidents. Car accidents all day long.
Are you guys seeing more car accidents now that like it's just a shit ton of fucking people here?
It's kind of cyclical, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, like over summer, you're going to see more because, you know, kids are out from school, so they're driving more too. And
Definitely after it rains
yeah,
here.
A lot
Yeah.
more tourists.
yeah. And then, yeah, during the fall, you know, kids are back in school, but then that's also when your old folks come from snowy places down here. So then you have the old folk accidents, you know. It's just a cycle.
So what are so those are the trends? Old people when it's cold.
Old
and
people when it's
everybody
cold, young
hot?
people in the summer.
No shit.
Yeah. And with this town and booze, like, come on, man. Like, there's accidents.
Yeah. Do you pull?
It's just a lot of people from all over, tourists, like my mom said, so it's just.
How often do you represent tourists?
Oh, all the time.
A lot.
Mm-hmm.
We have a Canadian couple who had to get flight for life back to Canada.
Oh shit.
That's a Phoenix case, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Phoenix, I think like some of their signs and lights, you can only turn left on
Oh,
certain
yeah,
times of the
it's
day.
nuts.
Like you see it all the time. And then there's a solid green on a left, but you're supposed to yield, you know? And people are like, well, I had a solid green. There's no arrow.
Yeah.
So they have a solid green, so they turn left, but they're turning left in front of traffic that also has a solid green.
Yep.
It's,
And there's signs. It's funny because the signs will say, like, no turning here from 3 to 5 p.m., right?
Yes.
You know, during rush hour or whatever. But the sign's not necessarily visible because it's right next to the light. And it's like, if you're seeing the light, you're not necessarily.
you're already in that lane.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's why I'm like, man, Phoenix cases are crazy. And then trying to establish liability because both parties are saying they had a green light.
Yeah.
So how do you do that? How do you establish liability?
Well, you just focus on what you got.
And typically,
Where are the injuries at? I mean, where's the damage to the car at? You know.
but
does one-
turning left is going to should typically yield.
Yeah.
Right.
So. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck.
that's why pictures are important.
Pictures are important.
Post accident.
Well, yeah, you don't want to be taking pictures before the accident.
No, but I'm just saying. But I'm in like, in the case of just like dash cams and shit like that. I'm guessing that all goes into it.
Dash cams are great.
Dash
I don't
cams
want one,
are great.
but dash cams are great.
Yes,
I bought one. I just never put it in.
Ben shouldn't have one.
Why didn't you put it in?
I didn't. I don't know. Just lazy.
I have one, but
Sick.
I try to get. I don't want to wire my car, like wire it through my car, so I wanted to wireless one. They don't really have wireless ones.
No idea. There you go. So what's going on in Phoenix other than crazy people? How's the office going? How's the growth going?
Phoenix is great. Tams and I were down there this week.
Growing like crazy.
It is.
We've
It is.
outgrown our office.
Yeah. Literally, how many? 6-8 months. We're already too big for the office.
That's sweet.
In 6 months, we already have 300 cases. We've already settled, you know,
A lot.
yeah, I mean, a number of 6-figure cases as well. It's Phoenix is an active market. It's growing, and we're excited to be down there.
I feel like there's a lot of commercial cases in Phoenix.
That's true. Yeah, and what a commercial case is. That's when you're involved in an accident where the other car is a business of some sort. You know, be it like a delivery truck, a FedEx, Uber, something like that. It's a higher policy and things like that. But yeah, there do seem to be a lot less screening of commercial drivers. Let's say that. And so yeah, the business is doing really, really well.
Where are you guys at in Phoenix?
We are at Camelback and 7th, centrally located. I think they call it Midtown. You know, it's close to Uptown, not Uptown exactly. So Midtown.
baby.
You guys got any favorite Phoenix stories? God, that was a lot of.
Use your words.
Articulate.
Outside of the time I almost murdered Tams, no, we don't have any good Phoenix stories.
I think more along the lines of cases he's probably asking about.
Fuck, it could be anything.
Yeah.
Jess, you could be going to Phoenix.
It's probably that taxi cab case. You keep on thinking about that.
Huh?
Or the car behind that car was a cab. That's how we got the footage of the one where the girl said she was driving, but the
Oh,
guy
yeah.
was driving.
Oh, that was an AZ case?
Yes,
Yeah.
and I think it's memorable because I was messaging Jess at like 10:30 at night going, you need to talk to this lady.
Yeah, this lady is crazy.
Ben was out of town, I think.
Oh, I was like, yeah, why didn't I get that?
Yeah, I think he was out of
went
town,
for
and
the
then
smarter
Jess is
one.
like, I'll talk to her. Jess hated the fact that he talked to her
Yeah.
afterwards. It was
instantly
very
regret
frustrating.
I instantly regretted that. It's like, ugh.
It's one of those things is like, just be honest with us.
Yeah, I was
like,
like,
if you're
just be
honest
honest.
with us, we can help you. If you're not honest, we can't help you.
Well, if you're not honest, yeah, there's gonna be a surprise, and we're all gonna lose.
Yeah, and I guess for Jess, it was more insulting because he's telling her, I'm looking at video right now.
I'm looking at a video that's showing me exactly the opposite of what you're telling me
Yes.
right now. No, that's how it happened. Oh,
Cool story, bro.
okay.
Did you end up sending her the video?
Yeah, we
She
did.
got it from she
Oh,
got
she-
it from the witness. She
Oh,
harassed
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
witness
She harassed
until
the
the
witness
witness
to get
gave her the video.
Oh, clients.
Yeah. And
How
then
did
she
she
said, but what she didn't do was from a distance, that was when the driver, the male, got out of the driver's seat, ran across the street, hit the crosswalk button so that the light would change quicker, ran back in, jumped in the driver's seat. So her excuse to Jess was, yes, I was driving. He climbed over me to go hit the crosswalk light,
Yep.
then came in, jumped on my lap. I drove through the intersection, and while I was driving through the intersection, he climbed over into the passenger seat. That's why you can't see that.
And the best
She didn't realize you can zoom in on the
Yeah.
video and clearly see her laughing, sitting in the passenger seat, watching him get out and run over to the
They
crosswalk.
didn't have tinted windows.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you could see everything that was going on. It's like, I'm looking at something that's not what you're saying right now.
Yeah.
No, that's what happened.
I tell him
I tell-
all the time
yep.
it's a joke and he needs to stop it.
That it's
He's like,
dangerous. He shouldn't be climbing over me while I'm driving. Well, he wasn't. But
So are you calling or texting these people
Oh, I'm talking to
Both.
this lady as I'm watching the video. I'm like, that's not what
at
I'm
like
looking
10 o'clock
Right.
at night?
No, the next day.
texting,
Oh, I
she
thought
was
I was gonna
texting
say.
me.
Yeah, no.
The
I called her the next
commitment
day.
is
No.
real,
Yeah.
dude.
She was texting me.
Everybody gets my cell, so I'll get some fucking text at 11 at night, and you're like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Like, this is a question that literally could have been answered, you know.
Yeah. All night.
And I kept telling her that. When I get to the office, I'll have the attorney call you. Okay,
Yeah.
because I want to do, and she's trying to argue her case with me, and I'm like, we'll address this in the morning. The attorney will call
Our
you.
staff works way longer than we ever want them to, and they do get yelled at for working way longer than we want them to. But it is nice to have people who are dedicated to their clients and to the business.
So is that why you think that you guys are growing at such a fast rate? It's just because you guys are able to provide that service?
I think a
Keep
large
going?
part of it is the fact that everybody works hard. I mean, everybody works hard. And yeah, Tams was working at 9 at night last night, and I had to yell at her to stop working, which she didn't
And
listen to.
no, I didn't. But what he also is leaving out was we had 2 case managers in Arizona it was 10 o'clock. And I'm seeing texts on a thread go out, and I was like, they're working. And I actually got on their case about working that late, and then I'm doing the same thing.
I want my people to stop working at 5:30, but apparently nobody wants to listen to the boss.
I stop at noon.
So do my employees.
Sometimes. Sometimes.
I'm done at noon.
Damn, y'all are a lot of fun today, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I love it. All right, what's our time on it right now? How deep are we? 55. Oh, sick. We're an
Look at that.
hour in. Look at us, guys.
Just an easy conversation.
I like it. The only thing I'd ask now is we talked about Phoenix. Is there anything you guys want to talk about for Vegas? New office coming.
New office coming. It's like construction is always fun. I mean, so once that gets banged out, like Jess and I are there pretty much every day, looking at the new office, like walking through it.
Looking at the progress.
Yeah,
Is it called
contractors are
progress?
fun. We'll just leave it at that.
What are you most excited for? Oh.
Oh,
Allegedly?
no, I was just saying, like, eventually we'll be in there.
Yeah, we're supposed to be in
Anthony,
July.
she
July.
said eventually. Anthony heard allegedly.
Allegedly contractors.
We were
are
supposed to
fun.
be in there July 1st. I'm not a math guy, but it's September 11th.
Yes.
Yeah, never forget.
I don't know. I think we're all excited for just the growth and the opportunity we all have. You know, Seiji's about to finish her program and go into a new program for school in addition to work. You know, Babo, who's off the screen right now, he's about to start school himself. And, you know, this job is affording everybody the opportunity to, do other things, to do what they want, to be happy. And I think we're both glad that we can afford those opportunities to our staff, and that our staff is hardworking and takes advantage of the things they do have.
And a little tidbit, we've almost outgrown the new office that we haven't gone into yet. So
That
both
is true
firms
as
are
well.
growing
That
very
is
quickly.
True as well.
So when you're saying outgrow, that's employees.
No, yeah, that
That
means
means
like
not
office
enough
space.
offices.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Nice. Jess, you got anything you're excited for, other than the office, or anything you're looking forward to? Q4 is coming up.
Yeah.
Finishing out the year.
No, I am excited to move into the new office. Whenever you move into like a new place, it's kind of like a new beginning. So
Jess has the biggest office.
Do I?
I think you do.
I think you do.
Just because I look small. I'm small, so I look big. My office looks big. That's what it is.
No, he has the biggest office.
Most important person. No, it's whenever you move into a new place, it's kind of a new beginnings, a new start. So it's good I can't wait for us to move into that new office, because then we can you'll feel like a new beginning kind of thing.
It's a little
I
bit
don't
more grown up, I guess is a better way to put it.
Yeah, little upgrade, nicer.
Any potential
Bigger.
other markets you guys are thinking about in the future, other than Phoenix?
Honestly, like I think our focus for the next year is probably going to be on managing growth between here and Phoenix. Thames is right. We've outgrown this office. We've outgrown our Phoenix office. I'm thinking about keeping our Vegas office that we have in addition to the new office, just to manage space. The litigation is growing as well. And so, yeah, I don't necessarily think we're looking to go elsewhere, just to firm up everything we have and make sure it's dialed in and that everybody benefits.
Hawaii.
Ooh,
Hawaii.
sold.
Hawaii.
Sold.
Every year, it's kind of it's a running joke between me and Ben. It's every year we talk about taking the Hawaii bar. He has family out there. I'm from Hawaii. I still have my family there. So we always, every year, we're like, hey man, we got to take the Hawaii bar. And this has been, 15 years?
At least.
15
How
years
hard
we
is
haven't done it.
I don't, honestly, like, I don't know how hard it is at all, because we've never actually taken this
Never
step to
done
look.
it. Yeah. Every year we talk about it. Every
We will
year
be taking
don't do it.
Arizona bar, so we can get with Mike.
Arizona bar, yeah.
Mike's the licensed attorney in Arizona, so we just have to take the bar to get that one too. But yeah,
When are you guys gonna do that?
February.
February. We said that
Supposed
last
to be
February.
February.
No, we said we were gonna do it in July,
July.
but like it was
July.
there was too much work.
February.
I'm going to be taking from the beach to the bar very literally.
Literally, except for this month.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? Anything exciting? You got anything coming up?
Just finishing, like Ben said, finishing school, so I'll be applying to the ultrasound program. So I'm very excited for that. Hopefully, it's very competitive, so hopefully I get in first try.
Very proud of her.
Just excited to get a start on my career.
And Tams, how about you?
Anything exciting?
Yeah, what are you looking forward to?
I don't know, just helping both firms grow, I guess. Being part of that.
And watching your kiddos grow as well.
Well, yeah, I get to see that every day.
That's more sad for her though.
Gay. Oh no.
All right, Ben,
Okay.
close this out.
Edit that
All
out.
right, guys, thank you. Welcome, or not welcome. That's our episode for From the Beach to the Bar for early September. We'll have a later September one, which I think we'll have a new guest that is not Anthony. We're going to figure out who that is. We're going to think of some topics, and we're going to talk a lot of shit. I hope this was entertaining for you, and if you guys have questions, please put them in the comments, and we'll make sure that Bobby answers them 2 weeks after he gets them. All right, thank you.